Yeah, and what have you learned throughout these last couple of weekends so far, just about this team and what we should all expect from you guys this season?
Yeah, I think what we all have learned in the past 3 weeks is that nothing is given and we can't ever be complacent about anything. But I think we've also learned that we have a lot of ability and a lot of talent that and a lot of grit, like in the last game against Duke. I think we showed that and showcased that well. So moving forward, I think it's just going to be how can we continue to improve on the good things that we did and then sharpen up the less good things that we did and keep moving forward.
You mentioned that game against Duke. Just how do you feel like you guys are trying to build on that momentum of, especially in the end, scoring 3 runs in the seventh and then adding on to it with 5 in extra innings, and kind of how do you kind of take that momentum as you come home here for these couple of weekends?
Yeah, I think that game was a great example of us meshing well together as a team and being able to produce 1 through 9 in the lineup. I think that was a great job. I think of Katie's, what was it, a single or a double on 2 strikes and like stuff like that. I think that was a great example. I think Bracy came up big for us in that game. And I think it would also just improve the trust that we had in each other, that knowing that we can get it done with 2 strikes, 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning and then keep going. So building trust, I think, and then just keeping that going forward.
Can you speak to that a little bit more, just kind of building trust, building chemistry? I mean, you guys obviously added some talent through the portal. You lost some key players. And so, I mean, somebody sitting in the stands might say, oh, just plug and play and keep on going. But just what's the process of getting on the same page, and how does that pay dividends?
Yeah, I think softball and baseball is one of the most intensely team sports that you could play. I think it relies heavily on one another, pitching, defense, and offense. And I think we're finding out how much we actually feed off one another. And we talked about the fact that hitting is contagious and how our body language and the way that we carry ourselves influences one another. So I think we're also just learning how best to call one another up to the standard too. And I think it has a lot to do with just how well you know our teammates, and you don't know until you're tested. And, like gold, we are refined by fire. So we were in the fire these past couple weeks, and we're continuing to be refined. So I think it's just an opportunity for growth and an opportunity to learn how to support one another better. But it is a team sport, and it comes down to how well you know each other and how well you can pull one another along, push each other.
You've seen a lot of the pitching staff, especially over the past weekend. What exactly from Milhorn have you been seeing that you're really liking so far?
I love how I always know what I'm going to get with her when she's on the mound. I don't feel like I need to go out there and console her in any way. I know that when she goes out on the mound, she's going to do her job to the best of her ability, and she's going to be focused on the task at hand. And she's really, really great at focusing on what's in front of her and eliminating all the distractions. So I think she's done a great job so far. And honestly, it's really nice to have her out there because I feel calm when she's out there, and I think she feels calm when I'm out there. So it's good.
You guys have had the chance to play at, I lived, especially last year, a couple of different really cool softball parks around the country. How does just the energy that the Jane has that you guys are going to get this weekend, how does that kind of fuel you guys when you're on the field and kind of provide like a unique energy compared to the other places you guys have played?
Yeah, I think we have one of the best playing environments in the country, and I think that was proven in our regionals and super regionals. And there's just like this special feeling that we get when we're playing in front of our fans, and we do feel really loved by our fans here and supported. So I think that's just going to add nothing but positive things for our play and just everything going into this next weekend. I think it's one of the best places to play in the country. Best place I've played so far. Maybe minus the World Series. That was pretty cool.
It's been a while, but like the last few weekends you played games here. I mean, you celebrated a conference title memorably. Regionals, supers. Does the glow of those moments even kind of enhance the feeling you have about this place and your anticipation for playing it this weekend?
Yeah, I think you got to be kind of cautionary with taking last season into this season, but I'm a big believer that we can leave everything behind that was bad and we can only build upon the good. So I think we take the good from last season, regionals and super regionals, and all of the positives of playing in front of your own crowd, all of the fun memories that we have here, build on that, and then leave the other stuff in the past.
I got one for you. You mentioned Maddie. And I remember down at the Palm Springs on Mary Nutter, we were talking to some people about kind of how catching her, and what's it like with that? That ball's coming in low 70s, and when it hits your glove, what's that like? And do you have to do anything a little extra to kind of protect yourself?
Well, I definitely don't go without the batting glove that I have underneath my glove when I'm catching Maddie. But it's funny, when somebody throws harder and harder, the ball just feels heavier and heavier. So with her pitching, the ball just feels a little bit heavier when it catches my glove. So definitely more simpler movements to get rid of the extra movements, and then also just like a stronger hand for a heavier ball is kind of what it feels like.